What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Waxing Table Podcast, Season 4. Woo! We are here. I'm so excited to be in another season with you guys. Can y'all believe it? Okay, so this season is going to be amazing. Okay, I want y'all to hold on to the edge of y'all seats because it is going to be jam-packed with so much information. This focus of this season is going to be primarily about starting your business as well as maintaining your business, how to grow your business as a solo esthetician. And this is for all estheticians who are looking to just elevate their mindset a little bit, who are looking to grow, who are looking to just learn and just to be forever student. So I've got some really exciting guests for this season too. Y'all are going to be floored by who we have. So just stay tuned, and I cannot wait to share so many things that I have in store for y'all. This season, I want to focus on my authenticity, if I can say the word right, authenticity. And that just means me showing up as myself and me not being so proper, because if you know me, like, I'm really, really professional, and I try to be professional as much as I can with my clients. But then also sometimes I feel like I'm too professional where like you don't really get a chance to like really know who I am and get my laughter and get my like, jokes and stuff like that. So this is going to be the unfolding of that. And I'm really just tapping into my authenticity. So here we go. Let's dive into the topic of the day. Yes, we are diving into something super important. And this is my experience, okay? I'm going to be sharing with you everything that you need to know before going solo as an esthetician, okay? This is based off of my experience and based off of, my almost 7 years in this industry. And let's dive in, y'all. I have 6 key things to share with you so that you can be on your way to starting your solo business. But before we do that, I just want to share a little bit about my journey and what kind of led me to this point in my life. So I've been an esthetician since 2018, and I have started over 3 times, y'all. 3 times. Okay, there's no shame in that, but that is my story and that's my journey. So in my 3 times of starting over, I've moved into a suite, moved out of a suite. I've had clients, I've lost clients, and I've just had a lot happen within these 3 years. I've added 2 more kids to my family. So things have just shifted a lot for me. And so in this experience that I've had, I'm going to share with you how, like, my first suite, my second suite, and then now my third suite, and kind of what led me to this path. So my first suite, you guys, and mind you, I started my business in a small town, in a college town, and, just had a dream to start and go solo because I love what I do, and I never looked back. So the first suite that I had was a salon suite, and I saved up for it, you guys. Like, I was planning for this. I was working at Ulta actually for 2 years, and then I decided to go ahead and make that move to going full time. So I saved up about 3 months worth of rent before moving in. So that's really, really key. I was like, I don't want to move into this space and like not be able to afford it. So, I was waxing out of my apartment before that happened, and I just was kind of saving until I was able to purchase and sign the lease and all that kind of stuff. So this was a salon suite, and the name of it was Encore Salon, and they were a chain. And I paid, at the time, this was 2020, actually. I think so. Yeah. 2020 is when I moved in this space. At the time, the weekly rent was $160. So I saved up 3 months worth of that, and I felt really comfortable enough to move into that space. And I felt so good, y'all. I felt wonderful. I had at least 10 clients, 10 loyal clients that was committed to me every single month. And I was like, okay, I can build from this. 10 clients, I'm good. Some of the perks or let me say my experience at the salon suites, I'm going to give you the pros and cons for me specifically. I was the only waxer there and I loved it, right? I love being the only waxer there. Everyone kind of came to me for their waxing needs. A lot of the hairstylists would refer their clients over to me. So it was great. And, a lot of people found me there through word of mouth, through Google, and through social media. So that's really how I built my business when I first started. And it was great. And I grew so quickly. The salon owners were amazing. They were really, really helpful for me getting my mini salon license. They helped me understand like just the kind of the flow of things. We had a receptionist there as well. They kept the space really tidy and really clean. So I felt really good. Like I made an excellent choice for my, the time that I was there. It was great. And, but I will say the room was very small. It was a good start, but it was very small. And it was a little bit noisy with the hair dryers. And that's the only con for being like an esthetician. Usually you like an esthetician, you want more of a quieter space, but it was really noisy. And sometimes it would kind of just a little bit disrupt my clients a little bit. So because it did become quite noisy, I would definitely say if you're looking for a new salon suite, to consider that. Consider the type of environment that you want to actually be in. Do you want to be around other hairstylists? Do you want to be around other estheticians? So those are some nuggets that are very important for you to consider. Okay, so now my second suite. So my second suite, I moved into after I had my twin boys. So I moved out of my first suite because I got pregnant with twins, and about 6 months later after I gave birth, I moved into a different space. And this space was a lot bigger. It had a ton of storage, and the rent was roughly around the same. So I felt like I was getting the same amount, or I felt like I was getting more for the price that I was paying. So I really enjoyed it. There was only 6 rooms, so it was very small. The owner was very, very kind, and she was very relaxed on a lot of different things, which helped me get a lot of freedom. So I had established my loyal clients already. So that was a plus. I came in and I moved in this week with more clients already under my belt. So that was nice. I was on Google, of course, and I was being referred to by word of mouth as well. So I already really had that underway. So for this particular space, I saved up I already had saved about $1,000-ish for when I moved in, and this space was about $175 a week. So it was another weekly, deal, which I appreciated. And I was able to keep my costs low. That was very, very important to me. So yeah, that was my second suite. It was, like I said, it was a lot bigger. The room, the area was really, really nice too. And it was a lot smaller. And I feel like I liked that a lot better. Also, between both of the spaces between the first one and the second one, there was no lease involved. There was no long-term, 12-month lease involved. And for me in particular, I appreciate that so much, because you just never know. Life happens and things can change in an instant, and you would hate to be stuck in a lease where you cannot get out of it. And so because I was in a smaller town, that was extremely common for that area. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the girls that I worked with were amazing as well. I will say there were other waxers within the space too. And that was completely fine. Honestly, sometimes we would recommend each other's clients, or we would recommend clients to one another based off of availability. If I had a client who was really needing to get waxed, but I wasn't available, I would refer them out to someone else, to one of the girls within that space. So, we really helped each other out, and I really appreciated that. And that's because my outlook, like, there's no competition, really. We're all here to grow together and learn from each other. And, we can all benefit from each other as long as we're, being kind and not being super, petty or whatnot. So yeah, that was my second salon suite experience. And like I said, like I had no major issues. I really stayed focused on myself and in my lane. So I moved out of my second suite because last season I announced that I moved to Dallas and I relocated to an entire different city, you guys. So that was why I moved out of that one. And which leads me to my third suite, y'all. So this third suite actually just came into like fruition literally within this week. And I'm pumped because I really stuck to my goal. So when I first moved out to DFW looking for suites, I'm like, of course I'm going to go visit the salon suites to kind of get a number and kind of gauge and see how much it is and, all that kind of stuff. Y'all, these prices are ridiculous. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, okay, I understand that, rent is a very top expense. Most of the time it's the most expensive thing that you're having to pay for as you're, being a solo esthetician. But I'm like, no, I have a goal to save money and to not be spending so much money on rent that I can't even pay. Like, to me, it makes no sense to have a super high amount of money that you're paying in rent every single day or every single month or every single week or whatever, and you're barely making money. You're barely seeing clients. Like, no. So my goal was to keep my rent low. So I have done so much research, you guys. And I am finally happy to announce that I officially moved into a space that with both of my first and my second suite combined, it's like half the cost. And that's because I'm in a business office. That is like literally unheard of. But that was because I was determined to save money, y'all. Like, moving your business to an entire different city, you don't have any clients. Like, come on. But I knew that I wanted to start right away and not wait on this. And so I have to have low rent in order to like make it make sense for me. I was looking at one space and the rent was about $175 a week. And I was like, yo, this is wild. Like, this is great. I'm basically paying the same amount of money. But something in me was like, you know what? You could do better. You could do better. There's something else. So I was able to find a space and it's perfect. Y'all, it's perfect. And if you follow me on Instagram and on social media, you've seen already by now, like what my space looks like and, just, the growth from there. So I love it. I will say the room is probably comparable to my first suite. So it's a lot smaller. And there is another little catch about it. There's like no door, but it's small enough to be able to put a curtain there and even to add like a little blinder. I'm like, y'all, not having a door is fine. I'm okay with that. Because of how the layout is. And I can just have my privacy screen and all that and it'll be fine. Like, I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, all that to say, for this space, the third suite that I'm in, I saved up about a month's worth of rent. Well, no, I'm sorry. I've saved up 2 months worth of rent. Like, it's not a lot. So 2 months, I feel like it's really solid. There's no contract. There's no long-term lease or anything like that. It's just a month-to-month agreement. So I am extremely grateful for that. So Yeah, after the pop-ups, you guys, if you follow me on social media, you know that I've been doing like pop-ups and everything. I've done like 3-4 pop-ups before I solidified this space. And I really feel like pop-ups has been like a really good way to push me and grow my business and kind of get my name out there. So, yes. Okay. I'm excited for this new space. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about this new space in a different episode. But I'm extremely, extremely grateful for this. A few benefits of this third suite that I'm in now is that it's in a really, really popular area. It's not far from a huge, like major stadium that's in Arlington, Texas. The stadium is extremely popular. There's a ton of concerts and stuff that go on there. So it's a very high traffic area. It's extremely like great for business. I asked the salon owner, she was like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect area. So of course I was like, yeah, that's a plus. And it's wild because this is an area that I was like, I don't want to be in this area. Like it's too busy. It's too oversaturated. But what was I thinking? Like, I'm me. There's only one Irie beauty studio and she's here. She's in Texas. She's in Dallas now and she is ready to take this industry by storm. So that's a really great benefit of being in this spot. I'm also around other estheticians who offer other services. And it can really expose me to a lot more that the industry has. I can just be more exposed. This third suite is just great. And you know how I knew that it was for me is that I felt immediate peace about it. I truly did. Like once I walked in there and once I was able to meet with the salon owner, she was just so relaxed. She was so welcoming and calming. And I was like, oh my gosh, just the vibes were high. Okay. And everything was just wonderful to me. So I'm extremely grateful for this new transition and I cannot wait to keep you guys updated. So make sure y'all are following me along on social media, The Waxing Esthetician, because I have so many things I'm just open about now and I'm just excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's get down to it. You came here to understand and to know what you need to know to go solo. Okay, you came down here to know what you need to know to go solo. So I'm here to tell you there are 6 key points for you to know as a new esthetician who is wanting to start their beauty business. All right, so point number 1, research. Y'all, research the area that you are going to be in. The area is key. Okay, you want a high traffic, really good area for your beauty business. And research the area. So that means go to different salons, get the pricing, what are the amenities, like what is it included, what are all of the amenities and features that are included in your salon space. Go to like 10 different salons, go to 10 different business offices, go to 10 different spaces and compare pricing and see how much it is. See what it is. How much is it? But research the area so that you can start to kind of understand and gauge like what's common, what's kind of like necessary, what's not necessary. So research your heart out. Okay. Before I moved into this new space, I researched a ton. Okay. Especially because I'm in a new area, you guys. So I knew nothing. I had to rely on my research. I had to be on Google. I had to be on YouTube. I had to, ask people by word of mouth. I had to ask literally almost everybody, to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. So research is number 1 for sure. Number 2, join Facebook groups. Okay. Facebook is not dead. Let me say this. I found this new space because I was connected in a Facebook group. You guys, no lie. Join a Facebook group. Join a local Facebook group. Join, whatever area you're in. It could be join multiple ones, because you just never know which one will benefit you the most. Or, you might take nuggets from one and then apply it to you, but then you might take nuggets from another one and apply it to you. So I would absolutely join Facebook groups. If you are in the DFW area, there's a Facebook group called DFW Estheticians. There are so many other groups out there. Just type it in for the area that you're in, and I would totally go on there. I would go and post on there every single day or every single week to see if someone's looking for, for a tenant for the salon, see if someone's willing to share a room. And it's to see, literally what is available. You have to put yourself out there in order to get the results that you're looking for. You never know unless you ask. So join Facebook groups. I promise you're not going to get disappointed when you're in the right one. Number three, that is to have your documentation and insurance and all your paperwork right. Okay. Documentation and paperwork. You have to make sure that all that is accounted for before you actually move in. You need a mini salon license. You need insurance. You need an active license. Don't be moving into these salon spaces with an expired license. You're going to get a fine. Let's not do that. So make sure all of your paperwork is in order, and make sure that your filing is in order too. If you have an LLC, do you, have a sole proprietor, whatever your business entity is, just make sure everything is documented. And if you don't know, ask somebody. Literally just ask, pop in someone's DMs, ask me, ask someone that you look up to, ask your Esty bestie, ask someone that that might have some insight, because you definitely want to make sure that you are protected as a business owner, hands down. All right. Number 4. Save your money before you move into a suite. So I recommend about 3 months worth of rent that you save up, because you just never know. Literally, you just never know what might happen. You could have high hopes, which we all do. And I'm not saying that, you're going to get out there and fail, because I absolutely believe that you're going to succeed. But you just never know what's going to happen. You can get out there, and what if you don't get clients for an entire month? You still have to pay rent, right? Which is one of the differences between, signing a month to month or a week to week versus, a year-long lease. So that's something that you have to take into account when you are looking into a new space. But save your money, and really be wise with your choices, and just make sure, if you are super confident and you know that, hey, you can get clients within a month and you have consistency, hey, go for it, But I definitely recommend saving up your money. That way you just are able to protect yourself, and just think ahead you're able to think 2 steps ahead, basically. All right. Point number 5, start with a small agreement. Okay. Start with a small agreement. I kind of said this before, but signing a 12-year lease, I think, in my opinion, as a new wax specialist or as a new esthetician going solo, can really make or break you. You're committed, and you have to pay that rent every single month or every single week, But if you can start with something that's month to month, or even short term, maybe 3 months, even just weekly rent, that you're winning right there. Okay. Because what happens if you move in and you decide, I don't like the space, or my clients don't like the space, or, you have issues with someone or some people that are there, God forbid, but you just never know. So it's always good to just leave yourself room to move and grow in a different direction. You just never know. So that's what I would recommend. Start with the short-term lease, and to see how you like it, and then grow from there. Tip number 6, y'all. This one is huge. Okay. Tip number 6 is to find a realtor. Find a realtor who knows the area way better than you do, and take their advice. I started working with someone who really was able to help pinpoint to me what areas are high traffic, what areas are high dollar based on what my clientele is and what my, ideal clientele person, where they would be. So she was able to pinpoint certain areas to not even entertain or not even to look at, because that's not where my ideal client is or would hang out. So I would totally recommend, if you can contact a realtor, if you can find someone who, knows the area, who can find, spaces for you, even for you to look at, that is a major plus. Okay, that's a major plus. I promise you it's going to make a difference. Now, take their information and take what they recommend, really take it into consideration. At the end of the day, it is your choice. And you have to go with what you feel in your heart and what you feel your gut is telling you. If your gut is telling you, okay, my realtor recommended this, but I actually want to do this, then go with that. And you'll see whatever the fruit comes from that. So, I was able to, the realtor that I was working with, I was able to really just ask her a lot of insight, and she helped me so much. So at the end of the day, I was able to find a space, within an area that she recommended. And I'm so grateful because I'm excited to even be able to be, in this space. So definitely find your realtor if you can. If you don't know one, look it up, go to Instagram, type in your area, and then put realtor after there. I'm pretty sure you can find someone who's willing to share information with you. So, yes. Okay. My final and bonus tip, you guys, is going to be move into a space that is within a business office complex. And that's because you were going to save so much money in rent. Okay. I would not go, especially if you are looking to start out, I would not go to the salon suites because the salon suites are very, very pricey. Trust me, I've looked at so many salon suites. They are upwards of $250 a week, you guys, no lie. And I think that's a crazy price to be paying every week. So find a space that is reasonable. Look into the business office complexes. They are usually almost half the price. Okay, I already told y'all what I'm paying in rent. So just imagine, okay? Find a space that is for you, but also that won't break the bank. Okay, that is what I recommend. I'm gonna leave it there, and I hope that you found that valuable. Okay, so now that I've shared my tips with you guys, I'm going to answer just a few questions. And if you guys have any questions also about anything that I've shared, please send me a DM on Instagram at TheWaxingEsthetician. You can also send me an email at TheWaxingTable@gmail.com. I would love to hear back from you. You can also comment on this video on YouTube and ask me anything that you would like to ask. I'm here for you, and let's get into it. So the first question is, okay, what is the main price difference between a salon suite versus a business office? Honestly, I would even say about $500 to $1,000 a month. You could be saving. Literally. It really depends on your area though, every area is different. There's in California, Washington, the West Coast, the price of living is, way higher than it is down south. So it really just depends. But for me, I'm saving about $300, $350-ish, maybe $400 a month. Okay. From $1,000 roughly in a salon suite a month to $300 a month. Come on. That's a huge difference. And there's even some that are $500 a month. So you save a pretty good amount of money. If you don't believe me, do your research and find out for yourself. The next question is, should you work for someone else before going solo? Absolutely. My answer is yes to this. You gain so much value when you work with someone else first. You can train, under someone else's leadership. You get so much experience on how to like run a salon and client communication and what it's like at the front desk. And a lot of times, a lot of businesses will, make you work the front desk too, so that you can kind of get to know how to do both. There's so much insight. You have coworkers. You can learn from your other fellow waxers or other estheticians. There's so much benefit in, working for someone else first before you just go off and go solo. You learn how to talk to clients. Client communication is huge. So absolutely would definitely recommend for you to go and find a job somewhere. Work there for a couple of years if you can. And then if you still want to go solo, take that leap. But at least you have a little bit of experience under your belt. And so you can kind of come in knowing a little bit of something. Okay, the last question is, how do you know when it's time to take that leap? To be honest, it's very personal, but there's that gut feeling. Think about that time when you've had like a decision to make and you had to go based off of what you truly, truly, truly felt on the inside. And it might have turned out to be the best decision ever. Truly, that's what it is. You have to go off of your gut feeling. You have to go off of like what you truly value. And if that environment is no longer serving you, then it's okay to move on. And it's not like going solo is the end all be all. You could totally still be an employee and that be fine. But, going solo is truly, it's not for everyone. But if you want to take that leap, you have to really dig down and dig within yourself and realize, is this something that I truly want to do? Is this something I'm getting pulled to do? Am I getting signed from different people, from, whatever it is? So it's definitely individualized, but you have to go with your gut feeling at the end of the day. So to wrap this up a little bit, my final thoughts on going solo and how to find the best suite for you. Number 1, research the area. Number 2, join Facebook groups. Number 3, have your proper paperwork and documentation on point. Number 4, save about 3 months worth of rent, 3 to 6 months, depending on how you really want to move into this space. Number 5, start with a small agreement, no long-term leasing yet. Number 6 is find a realtor. Okay, super important. And the bonus one is find a business office. Okay, business office versus a salon suite. Much better. So go with at the end of the day, you got to go with your gut feeling. You have to, if you're not 100% sure, keep looking. Okay, do not rush into a salon suite. It will find you the right salon suite, or the right suite. The right business space will find you. So continue to look and do your research. Okay, y'all? Okay, you guys, I really hope that you found value in this episode. It was jam-packed with so much information. So I really hope that you were able to take some notes. If not, you can always go back, replay this, rewatch this on whatever platform that you were on. I am so excited because this officially, this episode is officially on YouTube, you guys. It is on my YouTube page. I would love it if you could go and subscribe right now. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go like this video. Let me know how much you loved it. And I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel so much. And I would so appreciate your support. Also, go give me a follow on Instagram at TheWaxingEsthetician, as well as TikTok at TheWaxingEsthetician. And I cannot wait to continue growing and sharing with you so much. And I appreciate y'all so much for just listening to this episode and listening to me just talk about my experience. So I hope that you guys found value in this. And I will see y'all on the next episode, okay? I will see y'all soon and take care.